I want to talk about Lucifer. First of all, what is Lucifer? Lucifer means the light bringer, dawn bringer, morning star, and etc. But in many churches, we've been taught to believe that Lucifer is the devil. But in reality, the Lucifer that was being referred to in the Bible, in my opinion, is not a devil. It was a king, the king of Babylon, someone that was given so much insight, so much foresight, that he at one point started to think that he himself was God. And by so doing, God sent someone to prophesy unto him of how his life was going to end. Now, if we start from verse 12, it says, How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nation? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into the heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also on the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north. Now, as we read on, we go to verse 16. It said, They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider, saying, Is this the man? Clue number one. Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Verse 17, we're reading Isaiah 14, verse 17. That made the whole world as a wilderness and destroy the cities thereof, and open not the house of the prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. First of all, I want to tell you something. If you think you know who the devil is, you should know that, first of all, you cannot bury the devil, because the devil is a spiritual being. But the person being referred to here is being told that he would not even be given the opportunity to stay in his grave, that he's going to be casted out of his grave. That's to let you know that this is a man that the Bible is referring to, and not a spiritual being, which Lucifer is being misinterpreted to be. But thou art cast out of the grave like an abominable branch, and as a raiment of those that are slain through with the sword. Then verse 19. Now go down to the stone of the pit, as a carcass trodden on the feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them. We're in verse 20. Verse 20. But thou art cast out of the grave, and thou shalt not be joined with them in burial. So, first of all, you cannot bury the devil. Let's make it clear once again. So the word Lucifer here is not talking about the devil. It's talking about a king. Once again, it's talking about a man, right? It said you'll be casted in verse 20, that he will be casted, he would not be joined with them in burial. You can't bury the devil. Now, let me just bring something to your attention. There are some certain people in this world that God has given them unbelievable insight, unbelievable knowledge, intelligence beyond what the average human being possesses. But in so doing, he also expects them to maintain a particular kind of relationship with him and to remain in obedience to him. Now, once you lose that obedience, or you go out of the path that God has chosen for you to take, irrespective of what it is, you have now defied the God that has given you this supernatural intelligence. And what is happening here is that this particular king decided that he would be like God. He would not make decisions on his own. So God sent someone to prophesy to him what was going to happen to him, meaning that he would not even have the opportunity to lie in the same glory as other kings that came before him. Now, if you'd also like to know, this same particular punishment was spoken unto Nebuchadnezzar. You can find the story in the book of Daniel, verse 4. Nebuchadnezzar also became high-minded, just like this king of Babylon, and God had to send someone to give him a similar prophecy, right? Then we also have in the book of Ezekiel 28, the prince of Tyrus, who also said in himself that I will be like God. He felt, because of the insight, because of the power, because of the knowledge, because of the things that God revealed to him, that he no longer had to be submitted to God, that he would be as God. He's now God. He controls the economy. He controls whatever people do. Before you can take a step forward, he has told you, he has given you permission. So God had to send someone to let him realize that, look, I gave you this attribute. I gave you this power. You're still nothing but just a man. And for this cause this is what I'm going to do to you, and so on and so forth. Now, let's not deviate too much. I just brought up this other two stories so you can compare them and understand that Lucifer, morning light bringer, dawn bringer, etc., is talking about someone with extreme light. We had a topic on light with extreme knowledge, meaning that you couldn't hide anything from these people. You couldn't easily deceive these people because of the talent and gift that God has given unto them. Now it came up to the point where these people now felt that they themselves was God because of the greatness that was being exhibited from them. So God had to put them in their place. So we shouldn't mistake the word Lucifer to mean the devil. It means exactly what it means. Someone that's extremely bright, someone that's extremely sharp, someone that's extremely intelligent. And that particular verse was talking about a king, the king of Babylon. I would really like you to take your time, read it and understand it. So that way we can stop sharing the wrong ideology and giving the wrong person more power or glory than it deserves. Thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward to your feedback.